Welcome to Homestead Reptown. Today I'm showing off my two very interesting phantoms. So both these girls are 2022 babies and they don't have names if you would like to leave a name suggestion. So they are 27 grams. They're pretty much about the same age. They both lost their tails and they are both phantoms, but they are both very, very different. So this red girl is a pretty much patternless red phantom. So you visibly can't see a pattern on her. Fired up, fired down, you really can't see much of anything. This girl, you can really see a pattern. So this is going to be a long-winded name of everything she is. So she is a brindle. She is a dark phantom. She comes from charcoal lines, and she is a phantom quad stripe, and she has a phantom pinstripe. That's a lot going on. So she is just what I like to call a funky phantom. So she's a kind of an oddball phantom that just expresses itself in a very unique and interesting way. So she's the oddball phantom. This red one is kind of that classic patternless phantom. So she's what most people think what phantoms look like, that completely patternless look. But this girl is also a phantom. So they are both 27 grams. And they hold their weight very, very differently. The red girl is a very stout, well-built, muscles and thick, a really nice thick body. The brown funky phantom really doesn't have that same body type. So she's a lot leaner. You can see she's not as thickly built, but it's a different body structure and they weigh the same. So this girl looks like she weighs more than the brown girl. She doesn't. They are both the same weight and they've both lost the tail. So the brown girl's head structure is a lot more poor than the red girl's head structure. The red girl has a much better head, but she has slightly better lineage. So the red girl comes from Tech geckos. The mother didn't have the best head, but the father had a great noggin, a really nice noggin that most people would be envious of. So really nice. Both are really nice red animals, and she turned out to be a very nice looking animal. And again, the photo box is not showing her off in her best light. The brown girl, again, not the best head, but really great dorsal. They both have really great dorsals and really great neck. And she has just a unique pattern in this really, I think, lively earth tones. And I do like earth toned geckos. So I actually really like her. I would improve the head, but not much more. Even though I was a little disappointed in the beginning that she really lightened up with age, she has a lot of things going for her that I like, and I think I can make some really unique, funky, fun geckos. And the red girl is that traditional, really nice red with a good head. So a lot of phantoms have poor head structure, and that's something I kind of would like to work with as I breed and work with geckos. So I don't want to take it to an extreme exaggeration where the head is not proportionate to the body. I want the head and the body to be really proportionate, and you also want to look at the neck structure. So neck structure and the structure of the whole body in general is actually really important. You want it to be even with each other. You want it to balance each other out, but you also want to mostly look out for the health of your gecko. You don't want to breed anything into an extreme where it's not functional for the gecko anymore. I've seen geckos that have massive heads where it's not proportionate anymore and it doesn't quite look as good. They look like little bobbleheads at that point. But to each their own. If you want a bobbly head gecko, get that bobbly head gecko. It's just what I personally like to see in my geckos as a breeder might not be what you like to see as a breeder slash pet owner. So maybe you really hate spots on a patternless gecko. It's not enough to be a Dalmatian and you hate spots. So each to their own. This little phantom girl also has something that I thought was actually injury, and I was a little freaked out while filming this. I was trying to get a closer look at it on my camera. So right around her eye, right above her eye, there's this spot, and it totally looked like a bruise. It's not a bruise, it's a part of her pattern, but it's so weird. So I didn't notice this until now. And that's because she doesn't really care to be handled. So right above her eye, she has this brown spot, and it's not a Dalmatian spot. It's like a part of the pattern. It's just this blotch with this red pigmentation around it, this kind of reddish-orange pigmentation, and I thought she bruised herself somehow. I didn't know how she managed to do that, but it totally looks like a bruise, but it's not. So just something weird about her pattern, but she's just a very interesting, funky phantom. Um, Leave name suggestions. I've been kind of thinking maybe the red girl should be named Kagome, and if you can guess where that name come from, you're an anime dork like I am. So like and subscribe, leave a name suggestion, and what are your favorite types of phantoms? Do you like dark phantoms, red phantoms, yellow phantoms? So I absolutely love phantoms. Again, like and subscribe, and have a good day.